What's going on YouTube? Pistol Pete here. As you can tell by the title, today we're doing a versus. Two of my favorite buoys. One of them obviously I'm favoring a little more than the other one now, but the other one was my favorite for a long time until I discovered this one. I always say sometimes you'll find the diamond in the rough if you keep looking at these budget. You can't underestimate or snub away from these budget buoys, man, or budget knives in general. Because someone will surprise you. Just because the price doesn't mean, just because the price is low doesn't mean the knife is cheap or bad quality. I mean, sometimes, you know, again, the majority are probably going to be shit. But you're going to find a nice one now and then that you're going to be like, wow, this one is bitching for the price. It's amazing. And with these two, it's kind of in that category. So we'll start off here. I'll put them both up, actually. Today, we're going to be just talking about this one here is the SZCO buoy. High carbon steel buoy versus the Black Mule buoy. This one is by Roughrider, and again this one's by SZCO. So you can see there looks like the Roughrider buoy is a little bit bigger, the Black Mule buoy, than the high carbon SZCO buoy. So let's start with the sheaths. So let me pull out the knife here, and then so right off the bat I'd have to say I like and mind you, this is a nylon type sheath, but I like this sheath more. You know, I would say 9 times out of 10 it'd be the opposite, right? I always choose leather over vinyl. This one does have a dangler, but it does look like better quality. This one does look like better quality than the other one. I like that style of it, the leather strap across here with the Roughrider logo on it. Nice strong strap, the dangler. It just feels like a little better quality than the SZCO buoy. Let's check out the SZCO sheath. And this one isn't bad. It's not bad. It's just a little bit cheaper looking. It is double stitching there, which isn't bad. This looks a little bit flimsy. A little bit of thin on the leather. As you can see from the straps there, kind of thin leather. I mean, it might even, yeah, it's real leather. I'll say it might be fake leather, but it smells like real leather and looks like real leather. Little bit, you know, a little bit sloppy. It does have a little, came out of the box with a little break right there within the leather. It's just okay. It's just okay. I prefer on these out of the sheaths, I prefer the Black Mule buoy sheath over this one. And this one isn't that bad. Don't get me wrong. This is a leather sheath and it's decent. It's decent. But you probably won't hear me say that almost on any knife ever again. But I usually prefer leather or vinyl type. But that one is just good quality. Okay, let's check out the knives now. I'll hold them both up here. So, back up a little bit. Basically, this is almost the same size. Width-wise, man, almost the same. I think the SZCO is a little bit wider there. They're both full tang. They're both full tang construction. This one's a hidden full tang because it's behind this rubber handle here. But it does have lashing points. This one here has 3 pins, hold the handle, wooden handle scales on. Brass guard. Which I don't care. I know they come loose, but I can always put some super glue on there, which I guarantee this will come loose during testing right now on the SZCO. This one has all rubber guard, so nothing comes. I doubt anything's gonna come loose on this. I love the look of this blade. I love the look of the Black Mule buoy. I mean, just by looks alone, I'd have to give it to and actually the fit and finish on this. So let me go this way. You can see there. Look at the grind marks. They're like pretty much flawless. Pretty much flawless on this one. I mean, just beautiful, that strong, long, swooping clip point. Man, that's awesome. I love the look of that. You know, going into the nice, thick, rubbery, long handle with a great grip. You know, it gives you enough purchase to, whether you have a big hand or a small hand, it still feels good in the hand. I have about maybe medium to large hands, so shows you right there. And then here, this one, you can see here, the grind marks are a little wavy, like, whoa, you know, little, not as perfect. The finish is also a little bit more just primitive, nothing fancy, you know. It's just okay. I do love the swooping clip point on this one too. It is a fat blade. It is nice, but it's a little bit more rough on the edges. This one you can tell here, it does have rusting right here out of the box like that. I mean, I'm gonna grind this down anyways when I'm done with this. I'm gonna modify this myself. This is the second one I bought. As you know, guys know, my first SZCO buoy, the same exact buoy, I took this off and I put just leather straps around it, made it a throwing knife because the steel on this is awesome. But I'm not too impressed with, look how fat that handle is. I mean, it's kind of a fat grip. You know, it doesn't feel that great in the hand. The Black Mule Bowie feels better in the hand. This one is, like I said, it does have, like I said, the imperfections there. It can rust stain, so I'm gonna have to grind this down real quick, and then I'm gonna have to oil them up, you know. So the steels, I'll go over. This one here is it just calls it high carbon steel, but just by using this, because I have the other one is a thrower, the steel is freaking awesome. I mean, I've beaten the hell out of this damn knife, and nothing has happened to it as far as like big fails, little tiny microchips, or you know, a little dulling, and then you just resharpen it and it's back to being awesome, you know. And this thing I've left out in the environments and treated like crap, and it still comes back to being awesome after I clean it up and take the rust off and everything. So the steel on this I know is great. This one here is 3CR13, and I have to say the steel on this is awesome too. So far when I'm my testing, it's great. I have no issues with this steel as well, and they're both pretty sharp out of the box. Again, the fit and finish on this, and then the look of it, I just love the look of this damn knife. Freaking awesome. The grip feels a little better, like I said, than the SZCO Bowie. So without even using either one of these though, just out of the box. Oh, and mind you, they both are at the same price point. These are both, you're talking about $25 range, between $20 to $25, which you'll find them for. And just out of the box, I'd have to say just initial, not even talking about testing or anything else yet, just initial out of the box look. Obviously, I'm gonna have to go with the SZCO Bowie. I'm sorry, messed that up. I'm gonna have to go with the Black Mule Bowie, not the SZCO Bowie, because this is just the fit and finish on this is just freaking awesome, and the look of it, the design of it is just, man, has that mountain shiny, the Bark River mountain shiny Bowie look to it, and then for 25 bucks, man. And this one is not no slouch. I mean, this is still a good deal for 25 bucks. But this one, again, like I said in the last video, you can see both these. I did reviews on both of these separately. So I did just the review on the Black Mule and just the review on the SZCO Bowie. So you can take and if you want to get all the, like I give all the specs and everything like that, and the measurements, everything else like that, if you want to take a look at those. I'm not going to go that much detail with this video because this is just going to be a versus. But I would say though, this one is still has to come out a little bit of a head because of that. And this one here, you don't have to modify at all. It comes out of the box just awesome, just freaking awesome. No modification at all. This one here, if you're gonna want to keep it with a handle and not make it a throw or something like that, which I'm gonna try to do, is you're gonna have to modify a little bit. I'm gonna shave down the handles slightly here, bring them down. Obviously, I'm gonna grind off all that rust stains and on both sides here, wherever it rusted from. The guard, I'm gonna probably chop these off here and round it out, and you know, glue it down so it doesn't come loose, because this is gonna come loose. I guarantee during testing right now it's gonna come loose. Maybe even the handles will come loose, but definitely I'm gonna modify that to make it nice. So out of the box, this is obviously the winner so far, you know, and then we'll see as we go on for the testing. Let's see how these bad boys hold up. Okay, we're gonna start off with the Black Mule Bowie.
I said about
I'm gonna do 10 swings with both.
It's a little more
see how it feels and see
Don't know how to count.
how the edge holds up and how much
but let's say estimated 10
material
swings.
it takes off with 10 swings. I'm gonna try to keep it consistent and the same momentum. We'll see how it goes. Okay, that was 10. Now, the SZCO Bowie. Okay, to me it was about the same there as far as how much it took off. It's a little hard to tell because obviously I already been banging on this board for a long time now, this wooden door. But as far as the edge, absolutely no damage to either one. They both look flawless. Feel, obviously the handle on this feels a lot better swinging. You get a better purchase all the way around, and the rubber handle takes a lot of the impact out. This one's a little fatter, so it feels a little bit more fat in the hand, obviously. But I'd have to say they both, this one I'd have to call a draw. They both chop really well. They both chop really well. We're gonna do more chopping tests with branches next, but first one for you. Before I go on to chopping branches and showing you guys that, I thought I would hold them both in each hand and then switch hands to see, you know, and swing at the board here, and just to see how it feels. A little more further filling out on both these blades, and seeing how you guys can take a look and let me know which one looks like it's a better chopper here. All right. Switch hands, because obviously it's a little bit unfair to just be on one side, because obviously I'm right-handed, I'm not left-handed, so it's going to be a little bit of a awkward swing with this one, so got to switch them up and see. All right, they both feel pretty good right now. You don't have to say. They're both feel pretty good in the hand. I'd have to say both of them right now. This one, again, just a little bit more comfort just because of that rubber handle. But this one's not bad. Not very far behind at all. All right, let's move on. Okay, let's do some branch processing here and see which one performs better. I think we'll start with the SZCO Bowie. See how this chops here. Not too shabby, not too shabby. This one is an awesome chopper. I mean, can't take it away from that. Let's go with the Black Mule Bowie. They're both pretty good choppers. As of right now, it's a tiny advantage of this one. It feels a little bit more easier going through those logs by just slightly. So I can't really say, oh wow, this one's totally outperforming the SZCO Bowie. But it's and they're both feeling pretty decent in the hand. Both feeling pretty decent in the hand. Can't take it away. Let's try this one now. A little bit thicker here. Boom. All right. Back to the SZCO Bowie. All right. Back to the Black Mule Bowie. Alrighty. SZCO Bowie. All right, I would have to say, still have to give it to the Black Mule Bowie. I mean, this performed really well, but the Black Mule Bowie seemed to go through just a little bit easier with less chopping. And just that, it feels just a little more momentum coming down. You can feel the weight just slapping that wood a little bit harder. All right, let's do some forefoot drops and then some hard downward throws with both of these blades. Start with the Black Mule Bowie. Alrighty, SZCO. They both drop pretty good. Both have pretty good balance. Try it again. Oops, that was me. Let's do that again. Kind of turn my hand a little bit there. There we go. Yeah, they're both pretty good balance. And let's see the tips. And that's when I said, again, I always talk to you guys about this in my videos. These budget, the main complaint for me is thin tips, but look at the tips on these. Nice and thick, sturdy. No, absolutely no tip bending at all. Neither one of these blades, straight as an arrow. Both of them. They got that thick tip and good heat treat and good metal. So those tips ain't going anywhere. All right, now let's do a couple hard downward throws. Oops, I think that was me. Let's try that again. There we go. All right, one more time. Yeah, they're sticking there deep. All right. Boom. Boom. Yep. Ah, man. Good penetration there. Tips again. Flawless. Flawless. No damage at all. Let's keep going. Okay, let's see how it holds up with a little bit of feather sticking here. From we'll start with the SZCO Bowie. Not too bad, not too bad. Getting nice little curls on there. Mind you, this is old dried hardwood, so a lot of it's flaking off and falling. But all right, let's try the Black Mule Bowie. Oh yeah, keep falling. As you guys can see, they're falling off because it's old dried wood, but it's doing it. Let me try it. Yeah, they keep falling off. I mean, I'm getting them all here. I'd have to say they're both doing the same, but they're just falling off because that dead dried wood, but both doing about the same. Maybe a slight advantage for the feather sticking to the SZCO Bowie, maybe. I'd have to give it that, but very, very minimal. Okay, let's see about making a tent spike or a pit spike. We'll start with the Black Mule Bowie here. Mind you, this wood kind of crumbles. It's not really good for doing this, but I'm gonna try anyways. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah. There you go. There you go. I mean, I could finish that off easy, but I don't want to keep you guys here forever. Just to show you can start it pretty quick. Let's chop this off and let's chop it off and start with, or not start, but go next to the SZCO Bowie. Tent spikes, pit spikes, fishing spears. These buoys can do it. These buoys can do it. Okay. All right, again, I don't want to bore you with taking that all the way down, but you guys can see I'm getting that to a nice tip. Okay, let's see about batoning. I got two lugs here about the same diameter and width. There's a little crack in it, but it's about the same diameter. We'll see how they do with some batoning, see how they hold up. We'll start with the Wild West. Let's see if I can pick you guys up a little bit. All right. See how it does. fairly easy. Fairly easy, fairly easy. All right, now let's do the Black Mule buoy. See how this holds up here. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's stick with the Black Mule buoy and crack this. All right, now let's try the SZCO buoy. All right, one more time with the let's go back to the Black Mule buoy. Get this piece out of there. There we go. All right, let's check them out now. Okay, nope, no damage at all. No folding, no bending, no warping. And surprisingly, I mean, this I knew for a fact would hold up, nothing come loose. This, I'm surprising. The guard is staying on tight. The handles are on tight, no loosening, no wiggling. Huh, pretty good. So, yeah, both did great with batoning. Okay, we're gonna start with throwing it at the log here. We're gonna start with the SZCO buoy. Just give it one good throw at the log here, see if anything loosens up or if it stays solid. I don't hear no rattle, nothing. Everything seems to stay solid. Drove in pretty deep. Yeah, it's staying together pretty well, surprisingly. All right, let's move back and get the Black Mule buoy. See how this one does. Switch hands here. All right. Man, I don't know if I got that in frame. Hope I did, but yeah. And this one, again, nothing's coming loose. It's all rubber and it's all tight pinned in there. Stuck in pretty deep as well. Not too bad. Okay, let's see about striking ferrule rods. I believe they both can, but let's find out. Oh yeah. Okay, now let's check out the Black Mule buoy. That was a SZCO, as you already all know, but just gotta say it. So yes, they both can strike ferrule rods. All right, that wraps up my review on the versus SZCO buoy versus the Black Mule buoy by Roughrider. This is just, I think, the Wild West SZCO is what they call this, SZCO buoy. And man, they both hold up great. Both hold up freaking great. After hacking and chopping and going through everything, you guys saw from the testing, they both held up. These are the reason why these are my two top favorite budget. In the very beginning, I didn't say budget. But, you know, buoys in general. Buoys in general, I mean, you know, you could buy a real expensive high-end $500 buoy or $300 buoy or $200 buoy, and you expect it to hold up, right? You expect it to do good. But when you buy a $25 buoy, you're kind of your expectations are kind of not there, right? You're like, it's gonna probably be a piece of crap. Then when you test them and it does that, and you're surprised that it does all that and holds up. And I mean, look at that edge on both of these. Let's see if I can pick it up there. No damage at all to the edge. A little bit of scraping and scarring that you're gonna get with any knife, even the expensive ones. I mean, just held up great. Let's check out that one here. Look at the edge on this. I mean, absolutely flawless. No rolls, no chips, no folds, no warping, no nothing. Again, a little bit of scraping on the finish here, but again, you're gonna get that with any knife. Even the high-end, high-quality stills are gonna scuff up when you run them through batoning and smashing through logs. So, and I was surprised again that this handle held up. My last handle fell apart. This one, the guard stayed tight. The handle stayed on tight even after throwing it and batoning and everything else, which I was surprised, really. I thought this thing was gonna fall apart for sure. But of course the metal I wasn't surprised about. I know the metal is really good metal. They both did amazing at every task I gave it. This one, I'll have to say, this one outshined this one in every aspect. Not by much, not by much. To me, they're really, really close. You couldn't go wrong. If you decide on either one of these for the price point, either one you're gonna be happy with. They're both really badass buoys. Both working buoys. They're both awesome. Awesome knives. I'd have to give the chopping power to this one. This one I think is just a little bit thicker even. Yeah, a little bit thicker. And I'll have to give this one, when you're hacking away, you can feel the weight forward, and man, you get some good whacks with this thing. And it's a little bit longer too. This one chops good. This is not saying this isn't a bad chopper. This is still a really good chopper, but this one just chops a little bit better. This one, batoning feels a little bit better. You get more, obviously you get more leverage because it's longer. So the blade's a little longer. You get more room to hack right back here. You can smack with your baton there, or up towards the top of the tip here. And both of them being thick tipped, you don't have to worry about bending or breaking or destroying your tip when you're smacking it with a baton. So they both did really good at chopping. Again, this one I'll give a little bit more to. For feather sticking, I'm gonna have to give it to, and again by a little, this is small margins, but I'm gonna have to give it to the SZCO Bowie. I think just because the edge goes down a little bit further, closer to your hand. So for leverage points, when you're grinding down, you get a little bit more leverage because the blade starts here. It's only inches away from your hand, so you get a little bit more leverage when you're shaving. In this one, obviously, you see the blade starts way out here, so it's kind of further from your hand when you're shaving down like this. And again, you could choke up here and do it this way, and it works good. It works okay, but it just this one seemed to be a little bit more friendly, a little more feels a little more easier when you're doing it. They both can do it. Well, you saw both can do it. This one feels a little bit more easier. That's it. When it comes to making a spear, obviously starting out, this one feels great. A little bit more, you get a little more of that chopping starting when you're doing the spear making. This one, same thing, feels good too. They both do really good at that. And then, so I'll say all the way around. Again, I have to say my favorite is still going to be the Black Mule Bowie. For me, it's the win. For me, all the way around. I mean, it still holds up, super good. It feels great in the hand. It feels super good in the hand when you're hacking through stuff. No hot spots at all. I mean, the finish on this is amazing. Just the sheer appearance of it. The shape of the buoy itself. I love the freaking shape of this one. It just all the way around aesthetically, this is more pleasing to me. I just love it. And it feels great in the hand. It feels really great in the hand. This one, it's really comfortable too, and it feels good. But as you can see, it's made real primitively. It's made, it looks like a rush job as far as the metal. Maybe not on the heat treat and everything, because the metal holds up really well. I'm not saying that. As far as the functionality, it's a really good functional knife. Just aesthetically, it looks just sloppy put together. I mean, even down here, you got grind marks that they didn't even polish out. The rust on the handles. Small little pins for holding the handle on. Fat, just not even contoured handle, just fat handle. So that's why this is number 2. This is number 2 to this one. This one is going to be my number 1. This one here is, I was going to say, I don't see anything beating this. I mean, even the handle, the way it feels. I mean, you could fit a large hand. If you have a big hand, you could also choke up in the back. Full tang all the way back to here. So you got solid full tang handle. This is, I don't think I'm going to find a budget blade, or even out of the budget range, that I'm going to find that I'm going to love as much as this one, man. This thing holds up great. And I mean, it just amazes me how they can make this for 25 bucks. Both of these, but this one in particular. So this one here is my choice for top 2. Both close, but this is going to be the number 1 for me. And remember, when I hit 500 subscribers, which I'm getting up there, I'm 440. When I get to 500, this is going to be a part of my giveaway. So remember, guys, what I'll do is I'm going to put the link to that, to this review one where I have the thing. So on the comments under this review, not this one now, the verses, but the one just for this one. If you're not subscribed, put 500, and below. So subbed and 500 if you're not. If you're already subbed and you just coming across the video, then just put 500. Everyone's eligible for the drawing, and then you can win this knife. So once you hit 500, guys, I'm at 440 now. So tell your friends and family, whoever, you know, if they're into knives, anything like that, and you know they enjoy these reviews, and please feel free to let them know, and you can win a knife. So shortly here, like I said, only 60 more subs to go, and I'm gonna give this away. So all right, guys, please like and subscribe, and until next knife, gun, or whatever,